We bought this house about 5 years ago, and it's slab construction, so there's nothing under it. We had no idea there was a water filter in the house, at least until yesterday. The owner left us no information, and we simply just didn't know it was there. Now, we knew there was a sprinkler system, and we thought the rock over here was part of the sprinkler system because there's an RPD under this bag that is part of the sprinkler. So we assumed that this was part of the sprinkler too. Now, yesterday we were looking for a master water shut off for the house, and we finally took a look under there. We had reason to look under the boulder, and what did we find? Well, this is what we found under that boulder. A Halo water filtration system, and attached to it is the master shutoff for the house, as it should be. But go figure, somebody buried a 4-foot water filter tank. There's a stainless steel tank under there. A rather interesting way of doing things. I'm not that familiar with water filters, but I don't think too many people will have seen this before. Now, also unusual and dangerous, if you take a look, there is an outlet there. It happens to have a GFI attached to it. But these guys that installed this ran a 120 line from the garage, which is way back there, that's where the panel is, over to here. And when my wife put a shovel through it last summer, doing some planting, she got a rude awakening. Thank God she was okay, but had lots of sparks when the shovel went through the wire. Now, what they could have done instead was run a low voltage cable to it, but obviously they didn't do that. Instead they ran a 120, which was only 4 inches below grade, which would not be up to code. And, all it did was kick the GFI, so we still had a live line underground that had to be fixed. Eventually we will probably bury it, at least we know it's there now. But had they run a low voltage line for the power pack, they might have gotten away with everything running nice and safely. So, very strange installation. We're trying to figure out how this works. We know we bought the place 5 years ago, so we know it's over 5 years old. The head doesn't look like the ones you see online today, so it looks like an older head. I got to find a PDF for how to work it, although the valves do look pretty standard for what's still being used. So just thought you might find this interesting. And of course, the next thing we're going to have to do is figure out what to do about the media in the tank, which may be an issue. So, if anybody has a comment as to what we can do here and help us out, we'd appreciate it.